Now that Rogue One has been out for a while and hopefully you've gotten a chance to see it, we can take a closer look at some of the finer details within the movie. Some of the things that may have gone unnoticed the first time around are becoming more and more clear as people get a chance to rewatch the movie and go over certain things with a fine-tooth comb, looking for the little details. Also, before I jump into this video, I do want to say that this video will contain minor and major spoilers, so if you have not seen the movie yet, you may want to wait to watch this video until after you've seen it. But with that said, let's go ahead and jump right in. The writers and creators behind Rogue One have subtly been trying to patch a few major plot holes, or some would even call them some of the biggest complaints or critiques from critics of Star Wars and Star Wars universe. Everyone's biggest complaint is typically about Stormtroopers and their awful aim. And yes, they do tend to miss major characters rather badly, and it's kind of apparent. It's been a big problem. Not really a problem, but it's been a real big glaring, like sticks like a sore thumb. How can they be so bad? Well, Rogue One may finally have an answer to that, so let's take a closer look. Now, when Donnie Yen's character is crossing the battlefield while praying about the Force, all the Stormtroopers shooting at him missed, despite him being a clear, visible target who's barely moving. He's walking and he's out in the open, but they continue to miss and miss and miss. And when he finally reaches the switch, he is shot. However, his final words may reveal why he was able to cross the battlefield safely. It is because the Force was protecting him until he fulfilled his destiny. That may be why Stormtroopers can't hit any of the major characters, because even the best marksman in the galaxy can't change destiny when the Force is involved. No one in Star Wars may die until they have finished their journey and fulfilled the destiny that the Force has given them. This would also explain how major characters have managed to elude Stormtroopers' fire so many times, and it will also explain why such finely trained soldiers can miss their targets so badly so often. And I also kind of like the idea of the Force having a destiny for everyone, and it will sort of protect you in a way until your destiny is completed. It gives more meaning to the way that the people say, "May the Force be with you," just before they head into battle. It kind of says, you know, hopefully the Force is with you and protects you along the way. It kind of adds a little bit there. I mean, they already meant that a little bit, but this kind of adds to it, in my opinion.
May the Force be with you.
Goodbye, old friend. May the Force be with you.
Another major gripe that Star Wars critics also always bring up is why the Empire built another Death Star after the first one is destroyed. Why would they build another superweapon that proved to be such an easy target to destroy? Well, Rogue One's plotline may have the answer to that question as well. Not only did Galen Erso input explain the Death Stars and how its original problem and just why it was overlooked, people would always ask that question, how could they not known about this, flaw? That was obviously explained in the movie, a major part of the plot right there. But the other part about it is, why would they build another one? If you think about it, it makes perfect sense for the Empire to build a second Death Star after they find out that Galen Erso purposely tried to sabotage the first one. The Empire obviously felt they would succeed with the second Death Star if they knew all of their engineers and none of them were doing sabotage to the second one. They already knew the potential of the weapon. They knew how good it could be for their forces. So why not build a second one now that you've run a trial run, and now that you guys can protect against sabotage, and now you guys can protect against a little, vent hole, that's not bigger than a womp rat, which again was barely even big enough for the torpedo, but that's a whole different issue. But yeah, this makes perfect sense for them to make a second one, knowing it's not being sabotaged, knowing the weapon can create mass destruction and can strong arm the other forces into submitting to them. So that makes perfect sense why they might want to build a second Death Star. We all know how that turns out, not in their favor, but it does make sense for them to at least try to build another one, and that doesn't have such a sensitive reactor core, or one that hasn't been sabotaged in any way. It makes perfect sense when you actually think about it. And Rogue One did an amazing job at enhancing the storyline of Star Wars and the Star Wars universe, and you may subtly been silencing Star Wars critics, and I absolutely love that. It's nice to see that the creators hear some of the points and criticisms from fans and critics alike and do their best to explain it all while staying within the canon of the universe. They did a great job of this on Rogue One. I really enjoyed the direction they took the movie and how they handled things. And we are in a golden age of Star Wars content with top-notch movies, TV shows, and books, all giving us more of the universe we love so much. Hopefully this trend continues and we get many more great films and other adaptations down the road. But anyway, guys, that's all I have time for today. I hope you guys all enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps me out and the channel out a lot. Let's try and shoot for 1,000 likes. I know you guys can do it. Anyway, guys, also feel free to subscribe for more Star Wars content in your sub boxes daily. But be sure to hit that little bell button right there as well, because sometimes YouTube doesn't get the notifications out to subs. I've been really bad about that. And that will make sure you guys get all the notifications for all of my videos when they go live. But until next time, guys, remember it's always K-Mac time somewhere. Until then, take it easy and peace out.